you're very well known now for both Shakespeare and then Marvel Comics.
Yeah.
And I feel like a fairy tale, and especially a Disney fairy tale, sort of has a foot in both.
Well, that's interesting. I think that I wouldn't mind putting that on a business card. Shakespeare, Marvel, fairy tales. I think that's pretty exciting. And but maybe fairy tale does, because it has the legacy of you know, sort of ancient history, cinematic and literary behind it. Characters in a heightened world, sometimes doing things you might find are magical, but peopled by individuals who have a real human dynamic that is surprisingly modern, and that's kind of what attracted me to this.
He sort of had this sense of, I mean, telling the greatest stories ever told with Shakespeare, and this sense of the epic nature of these tales, and they're about family and about, you know, people, and also Ken has he's just such a brilliant director, and he did it also delicately and with such heart, and but then had that thaw, that magic, that kind of like colour and vibrancy that it also needed.
Well, I suppose it's the ultimate origin story, isn't it? And that it's been around for thousands of years in various incarnations. But I think what is interesting about this fairy tale is it has so many female characters, yet the whole thing is bound up neatly by the prince at the end. And so I think it's really important that Cinderella has the final word, and also that, in particular in the beautiful performance that Lily James gives in the film, is that you get a real sense of what makes her tick. She's no doormat. But in a way, she and Ken have turned the kindness that she has into a superpower.
The first time I met Lily, it was kind of awkward, because I think I was kind of getting my hair dyed. And so my hair was a mess, and I kind of go in to meet Lily, and she was in a fitting, so she's kind of half dressed, and we kind of have an awkward hug, and then we kind of turn around and we're both looking in the mirror, and we're going, okay, so that's the Prince and Cinderella, this is weird.
There's a great line that she has to one of the mice where she says, us ladies have to stick together. And it seems like there is a very feminine sensibility as far as
Clearly the stepmother has not been talking to the mice. She's one of these women who competes with other women. And I think it's a very hard road out there, particularly in this time in which the film is set, you know, that women don't have that agency. They don't have the freedom to, you know, the financial independence, the ability to act as free agents. And so her way of surviving is to graft herself onto a man, and so that anyone who competes with her daughters, her biological daughters, is a threat.
One of the wonderful things about Cinderella is that she's so optimistic and so happy. And I realize one of the mice sort of get to complain for her. Does it feel like they're an extension of your character?
I guess so. Like any friend, they sort of feel things for you, and you know, sometimes they would feel the injustice. You know, like a friend would be like, "No, you're not going to treat her like that," and you know, and I feel like the mice kind of are the ones that are like. And also when Ken added that in, God, he had so many little strokes of genius. I think in the film, the bit where they open the window and Gus gives up his cheese, that was all like added in after. So there were these bits I saw. And as the film developed, the mice got a clearer and clearer sort of presence and voice in the movie, and I think, that's what I remember from the animation is the mice, and so I'm so happy that they've got such a strong presence in ours as well.
With this behind you, what's a dream project for you?
Belle from Beauty and the Beast, the Little Mermaid.
You can't play all the princesses?
Let me.